Hello, and welcome to Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you are not getting the results you are looking for from your digital marketing efforts, this is the podcast for you. And now, here's the host of our show, the local business guy himself, Frank Deming.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank Deming, the local business guy, and welcome to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day, everyone. I hope you guys are having a rocking week thus far. Today happens to be the last episode of 2021, and it happens to be the last episode of season 2. Season 2 has been a rocking season. I think I had got a lot more responses this year than last year, which is what this is all about. And I would love for you guys to participate a little bit more, and actually let me know if, send us an email at info@lbmsllc.com. I would love to know, what was your favorite topic of season 2? If you've been following us since the beginning, or if not, I just want to know, what kind of topics do you like? Do you like social media topics? Do you like search engine topics? Do you like SEO topics? Do you like, general business topics? Do you like it when I have a guest? Very important, folks, that I know exactly what you like so I can give you more of what you like. You guys keep coming back, and you guys keep sharing the episodes and sharing the podcast with others. It will help us grow all together. So I really, really, really appreciate that, folks, if you can do that for me. So send us an email at info@lbmsllc.com, and we will really, really appreciate it. So I don't want to forget. So first of all, I hope you guys, I hope you guys had if you do celebrate Christmas, first of all, we do here at LBMS, but if you do, I hope you guys had a great Christmas holiday last week. It's always good to spend time with the family anyway, but especially around Christmas. So anywho, I hope that was something that you were able to enjoy with your loved ones. I know 2020 was a rough year. 2021, this past year, this current year is, a lot of people have been coming out of the doldrums, but there was still some difficulties. So it's very important that you guys get together, and I'm hoping that you did last week with your families. If you have celebrate Christmas, or if you celebrate Hanukkah, celebrate Kwanzaa, doesn't really matter as long as you are together as a family unit. That's what's important. So anyway, as I digress, I want to get back into the business, and I wanted to close this year out strong. I wanted to close this year out with something that a lot of small businesses have asked me for. Now, I have a tool that I use. It's a done-for-you business process. It's a done-for-you SEO tool, if you will. And it's a pretty cool tool. It follows people around. It helps you follow a process for you to get backlinks, for you to do your on-page SEO properly, et cetera, and it puts you on a plan to kind of churn through, and you start seeing results at the end if you follow it to the letter. It's a done-for-you thing. It's really awesome. I'm sorry, do-it-yourself thing. Excuse me, not done for you. We do done-for-you stuff, but we wanted to provide our clients with a, do-it-yourself type of product, so that way you could see, that you can get results doing this thing properly, doing the right keyword research, etc., and etc. So that being said, folks, let's get into today's content. Today's content is all about link building, and I want to talk to you about 8 link building tips that every single business needs to follow. And this is the same thing that my tool helps you follow. So if you're interested in that tool, send us an email at info@lbmsloc.com. Just say interested in the do-it-yourself tool, and we'll set up a call with you and some of with you and any of your team members or whoever's going to be implementing this tool, and we'll walk you through the whole process. Before I forget, I want to thank everyone who has taken upon our offer with the free analysis of your business and website presence. We did a free marketing tool and marketing analysis and business analysis, etc. And we set you up for the future for 2022. There's still some. We don't have any more left. Okay, that all went, but we still have some that we are we have to do in January because schedule conflicts didn't work out. But don't worry about it. You guys will be taken care of in January for sure. But the ones who already got theirs, I want you guys to really, really pay attention, okay, to that plan. We pulled it together with my team. We worked hard on all of those plans that we put together, and those are rock solid plans for you to kick butt in 2022. For those of you who have taken up on saying, okay, Frank, this is great. Can you do it for us? We thank you as well. And we look forward to helping you in 2022 with that plan. Anywho, let's go rock and roll. 8 link building tips that all small businesses need to follow for sure. So link building, before I go there, let me talk about link building. Link building, I don't want to assume that you guys know what it is. I know I talk about it all the time, but in case someone out there doesn't know what it is, link building is basically getting a link back to your website from another relevant / authoritative site, which is going to in turn boost you up in the search engine rankings, so that way you can be found when someone is looking for your types of services. That's what link building is. So I'm going to give you some tips, some 8 tips that you can use right now to get it going and rocking and rolling. So number 1 tip is you want to develop high quality, useful content. This is very, very, very important, both on your page and off your page. All right. And by content, it could be a podcast. It could be blog posts, right? It could be infographics. It could be a how-to guide. It could be a tutorial. It could be videos. These are all content that you should be producing that's high quality. And by high quality, I mean, it makes sure that it helps your audience. Do your research. What is your audience looking for? What are they asking for the most? And provide them with those solutions. Okay. That's how you're going to get relevant link building, because if what you can do is then post this content on first you can do it on your site, but you can also do it on someone else's site, link back to you, as long as it's a relevant and a high authoritative website. Okay, so that's very important that you do that. So that's number 1. You want to develop high quality and useful content. And operative word there being useful. Okay. So just because it's high quality, can they use it is actually more important. Okay. So ask yourself that. Number 2, you want to, create some local content. So the challenge with creating high quality content, like I said, number 1, is actually the level of competition that you're going to face. Okay, that's a big challenge, and that's a true challenge, and that's a real thing here. Here's the good news, though, that the competition is actually reduced if you focus more on local or specific issues. Okay. So let me give you an example. So let's say, I don't know, a bike shop. I'm going to throw something that I normally don't even talk about. A bike shop. Let's say they could make a blog post or a video about some great local bike paths, let's say. And then, you want to, the point of the example I want to say is you want to think about something that's local to you that people will resonate with. That's going to diminish the competition when you create all of this high quality and useful content. And this is putting it useful. Okay. So remember I said before that, useful is the operative word, right? So if you have some high quality content that everybody knows about, but it's high quality, it won't be useful to someone. Let's say you live here in New Jersey like me, and there's a bike path, there's actually a bike path not too far from me. And let's say I've been thinking about riding my bike at that bike path. Now let's just say that I live in Oregon somewhere or in Texas. It's not useful to me, but it's useful to me if I live here in Jersey. That's what I mean by useful. But the number two is that you want to create some local content. So that's the secret there. Okay. Local content. Very, very important. Number three, you want to get ideas from your keyword research. Folks, I have talked about research ad nauseum during these 2 seasons of this podcast. If you go back to a lot of the episodes that I've done, I drill down on the whole research thing, on everything. And keyword research is one of them. I research with everything. You want to research your competition. You want to research your industry. You want to research a lot of stuff. But you definitely want to keyword research. Okay? It's actually one of the things that is, here's the funny thing about keyword research. It's one of the most important practices when you're doing SEO. And is actually the one that's done the least that I've noticed. We spend a ton of hours on research. And when we do our SEO, we make sure that we over and over and over again to make sure we get it right. And if we have to change keywords, we change keywords, during the time that we work together. But that's the key. Okay. So when you create quality content, you should automatically generate some good backlinks if your keyword research is correct. Okay? So it's very, 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 very important to get ideas from your keyword research. And I don't have time to give you some tips on good keyword research. I've talked about it ad nauseum throughout the year, throughout these last 2 years, actually. You can look back at some of the old episodes or just give us a call, 888-416-7752. Set up an appointment with us and we'll help you with the keyword research. This is one of the things that of the people who took me up on our offer and have gotten it already. Like I said, there's some still waiting to come through because of schedule. We couldn't do it, but the ones who took it, this is one of the things that they love the most about the process of what we did for them when we created the plan. They were like, wow, I never thought of these keywords. And that's because we did our research and we made sure that it's going to work for this client. Okay. All right. So number 4, we want to write guest posts. So while you're putting some high quality content on your website, which is very, very useful, right? As I mentioned before, it isn't your only option for building backlinks. Okay. You should also think about guest posts, or appearing as a guest on a podcast, let's say, or something similar to that, or a YouTube channel interview or whatever. But you want to do some kind of guest posts. You got to remember that to focus on delivering useful and interesting content, right? So that's the important thing. That's the important thing. But the key thing about delivering these useful things guys, and I want to emphasize on this, okay? Remember this piece is that the backlinks should come naturally. If you focus on showing up with your useful content, that backlink is going to come naturally, okay? Because you're giving, as a guest post, you're giving such great content, and it's so useful that it just comes back. It's a wonderful tactic that a lot of people don't talk about and a lot of people don't use. I don't understand why, but that's probably one of the most underutilized secrets in the SEO world. Anywho, number 5, you want to work with other local businesses. So here's the deal. We're all small businesses, right? You get a unique opportunity to build actual connections with other local businesses. This is awesome. You can then say even promote each other and become even strategic partners. All right. And then you want to share, their content, they share your content, et cetera, et cetera. I'll give you an example. I do a lot of websites, as you guys know, this local business marketing solutions. And then I always promote a photographer friend of mine who I should put him on this show as well. His business, because he does photography and video. I don't do video. So I promote his business. He promotes my business. We help each other, right? He's local. I'm local. Perfect. So that is something that's a very powerful thing to do to get backlinks. Okay. And it's a lot, and these are what's called natural backlinking. And it, again, a lot of people don't talk about this, and I don't know why. Well, I kind of know why, but I don't want to say anything. Anyway, number 6, you want to work with local bloggers and influencers. This is important, especially if you're doing social media stuff. You don't want to limit yourself with working with traditional business, okay? You also want to consider working with local influencers, local bloggers. You want to look, get out there and find out who are these influencers and these bloggers. You could both benefit from this partnership as well. So this is another type of partnership that you want to do. The first one, what I talked about was something similar to your business where it's an easy offshoot. For instance, I no longer want to do social media. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I no longer want to offer social media as a service. Doesn't get my juices flowing. It doesn't really interest me as much, right? I want to be all about lead generation. I want to be able to boost your revenue, and the fastest way to do it is by lead generation. So I'm going to be on social platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, but only on social platforms for the lead gen stuff, like paid ads, right? Because I know that works, and I know that really it doesn't really have my creative juices. When I do Instagram posts and LinkedIn posts and all this, it doesn't do that. I mean, we still do it as a company. I have my team that does it, but I don't want to offer that as a service to my other clients, right? So I digress a little bit, but the reason I'm telling you that is because now I have a partner, which is a local partner that's going to do that for me, and they're an influencer in this local area. So if a business is asking me, hey Frank, you want to do my social posting for me, I don't want to do it anymore. Say, yeah, I don't do it anymore, but here I'll be glad to introduce you to XYZ person. This person is doing this, and boom, here you go. And this is the perfect way to do what I'm talking about here when you talk about working with local bloggers and local influencers. Very, very, very important. So that's just an example. The number 7 thing is, and this should go without saying, and I think a lot of you are doing this, is you want to be active locally. So another thing that's not talked about in terms of a link building method that actually focuses on local connections is interacting with the community. The other day I went to this this community activity, and it felt so good to be around people in my community, people I normally don't see. I felt part of something that was important in society, and this whole, in this whole business, this whole business world. It was great. So you want to be active locally. You want to consider sponsoring an event, let's say, and even hosting events. Okay. And the thing is that most local events will have a website or a list. And if you want, you can sponsor it or something like that. This is also a great way for your company's name to show up, say, on a local paper or a social media page that's not your social media page. Okay, so you see how you're gonna get this beautiful backlink? That's awesome. So be active locally is a very powerful way to get some backlinks. Number 8, last but definitely not least, you don't want to forget about local directories. We always talk about the famous, popular directories like the Yelps of the world, and local businesses and Foursquare and all that kind of stuff, right? But they also have some local directories in your community. There are, the Chamber of Commerce, let's say, and there are others out there as well. You want to get in those directories as much as you can. Of course, you don't want to forget about the big ones, of course, but get in those local ones as well. You're going to get some instant link juice for people in your local community who are typing the type of keywords that you found while you were doing your research. So that's the key. That's the key. And you don't want to forget that. Too often I've seen my colleagues, my fellow local businessers, not follow through on this. And it bothers me. I have a lot of passion about this stuff because this stuff is so powerful and it works so well, yet no one is doing it well enough for it to work well for them. So anyway, I know I've been very passionate about this. Anyway, before I do end this episode, like I said, this is the last episode of 2021. It has been a wonderful year, folks, and it's been a very challenging year for some as well. But either way, what you got is to stay on top of your game. Stay on top of it. 2022 is right around the corner. We're going to rock and roll. We're going to do some awesome stuff in 2022. We're going to knock it out the park as always. So with that, folks, before I leave, I just want to wish you guys a happy and safe new year. Get together with your loved ones. Hug your special someone, kiss them and say, I love you. And I'm glad to ring in the new year with you. Say that. Say those words. Look at them straight in the eye. And I want you to say those words. So with that, folks, I wish you guys nothing but the very best. I will see you guys not only next week, but next year. Take care and bye for now.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. Don't forget, any links that were mentioned during the broadcast will be available to you in the show notes, so be sure to grab them while you have the chance. Incidentally, if you have any topics that you would like for us to discuss on the show, be sure to send an email to the email provided in the show notes, or click the Contact Us link and let us know what topic you would like us to help you with, and we'll be sure to add it to our schedule. If you would like for Frank and his team to look at your digital marketing presence and give you a free evaluation, simply click the Request a Free Consultation link in the show notes to get a hold of them. That being said, until our next episode, make it a successful digital marketing day. Peace out.